Okay, everyone, so I've attached my fourth side, and I realized that it might be beneficial for you to see. I can't really get my tool in there now, my trimming tool, to get and smooth the edges. So I'm just going to use my finger and do the best I can. So I'm going to press against the wall on this side so it doesn't bulge out. And I'm just going to smooth it as best that I can. And now I'm going to take my coil here on the side. I kind of need to do it this way, I'm sorry. But I want to get the last two seams. So I'm going to be pressing like a corner, like this, into the edge here as I press, and smooth my way up. Press, and smooth. Press, smooth. And the reason I do that is because sometimes my coil breaks. So press, and smooth seems to work well to help grow the coil. And I'm just going to go down and do it one more time. Now I'm really focused on what I'm feeling with my fingers, right? So I'm being mindful here. And I can take off all this extra clay at the top and do that on the last seam. And right here, it wants to get funky. I don't want it to get funky. I'm going to go ahead and smooth it. And right here in this, whoops, I'm really messing it up. Right here in the corner, I'm going to smooth these together because I don't want this to get all crazy wobbly and ugly. Once it starts to get ugly, it keeps getting uglier. So I'm going to take my coil and put it in the last corner that I can get to right now because we still need to add the top on. Okay, so I'm going to press and smooth my way up. Press and smooth, and you can see that coil growing. All along though, as I'm pressing, this seam wants to open, right? Because I'm pressing against it. So I need to put a counter force here, counter pressure, so that it can't open. The clay will do what you ask it to do as long as you're supporting it. So you have to support it from the back too. And right now this has gotten curvy, a little bit curvy, but I'm not too worried about that. I can kind of smooth it out like that, and then later I can come in and get it even better. All right, so that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna do my top. To do my top, it's just the same as all the others. So I'm gonna score and slip in here. I'm really going to work on the corners too. I really want to make sure these corners are well connected. Get some more slip, and now I'm going to just scoop it on here. If you have extra slip and it's a little bit runny, that's okay, because slip is glue, works like glue. Okay. So that's not very deep, so I'm going to go in with a little bit more pressure. So I'm kind of angling my fingers down a little bit to get that really good and slippy, and add that on there. Okay, there's my slip. I'm going to put it on top. Now you're going to have this happen where it's not exactly the most amazing fit, where you're like, huh. So what you can do is start one corner at a time. I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to press this corner together. I'm going to press it so that it's nice and smooth, and press it this way so that this is nice and together and smooth. And I'm using my fingers like this to go across the corner, and then I can work this clay right back into my top slab. Okay, all right, so here it really looks messed up, doesn't it? So I'm gonna press this, let me see, actually, I'm gonna lift this one up a little bit more. So I use that as like a pry bar, crowbar. I'm gonna press this in together, squeeze it and press it. Try to get this one in too. What you don't want to do is press in here. Like, see how this went in a little bit? I'm gonna stop that right now. You see how it got a little wobbly and yucky? I'm gonna open this up, maybe. Will you let me? Might not let me. All right, we're gonna work with it. And I'm going to smooth this out. So I'm going to go over the corners and use that extra clay that's coming off to smooth it right into the slab so that these don't look like there was a connection there at all. It looks like they were just born together. So right there, I just folded that extra clay right over, and I'm gonna work that right back in. But I don't want all these yucky bumps, right? So I'm gonna smooth that. So this is where you have to be aware of your fingers. Like I'm using my fingers like a rib. Here at the corner, I'm gonna smooth down that corner a little bit. You want nice corners, but you don't want them super sharp. Remember that clay gets sharp like glass when it's fired in the kiln. So we kind of want to round those out a little anyway. And I'm just gonna press down a little on the edge and then work that right back in like that. And now I can come and do all my corners. So this just takes a while. It's just, this is the stuff that will use up your time. And you just have to be aware, yep, it's real, it happens. I'm gonna clean my hands off so I'm not putting more crumbs on it. And get it good and smooth. I'll also show you how to use a rib for this. So I don't have a rubber rib. A rubber rib would be the best. But you can take a rib and work from the bottom and come up like that, clean it off. The trick to having good craftsmanship is clean tools. You really don't want to have tools filled with clay because they're just going to make more marks in your piece that you have to clean up. So I'm starting right at the bottom, I'm pulling it up, take off the excess clay. Take off the excess clay. Here I can go on the corner too and round that out a little bit. And it's gonna make little crumbs. And then I just clean those up also. So cleanup takes a while in ceramics. It's just how it is. We can do our best to be neat while we're working, but there's just cleanup. It's just part of the process and you just enjoy it like a meditation. Oh, I'm making this clean and neat. Okay. So I'll finish this off camera and get back to what we're doing in just a second.